My dear Geminis, very warm welcome. My name is Drew, this is Modern Tarot, and today is all about how you see yourself, all right, coupled with how others see you. Now, this reading is designed just to give you some insights into how you're showing up in the world, how others perceive you to be, all right, not necessarily how you are, Gemini. I'm going to call you Libra, I've just finished Libra. How they perceive you to be. And, you know, as I've said to all the signs, you know, patterns I've seen in my own life, you know, unless we tweak certain parts of our behavior, and they might be very minimal, you know, tweak a little down or tweak a little bit up in certain scenarios, only then could we make change and change the things that we're attracting into our lives, all right? So this really is hopefully to help you and give you a little bit of guidance as to how you could show up differently to manifest the things that you really truly want and desire, all right? Obviously, focusing on needs, all right? Needs are non-negotiable, you know, that's what I believe. I mean, wants, you know, they are, you can compromise on wants, but never on needs, all right? The soul never lies, it wants what it wants, and they are needs, all right? So, my dear Geminis, how do you see yourselves right now? Are you seeing yourself in a good light? Let's have a look at this. All right, one more shuffle, guys, and then we're ready to rock. All right, so Libra. Again, Libra. Gemini. My dear Geminis, how do you see yourselves at the moment? Didn't take long, did it? All right, Gemini, Nine of Swords. Okay, Gemini. Dear Geminis, one more card. So there's going to be three on the... Okay, we've got the Page of Wands here in reverse, and one more card for you. So there's going to be three on either side, three for you, three for how you're seen, and then we're going to clarify that a bit like peeling back an onion, all right, just to get, and then we've got the Three of Swords in reverse, all right, Gemini. And how are you seen? How do people see Gemini? How do people see Gemini? Okay, we've got the World. Are some of you traveling right now, Gemini? Some of you. Remember, this is a general reading, okay? It's not going to apply to everybody. We've got the Six of Pentacles in reverse. It's not going to apply to everybody. I'm reading for many people out there. Where was I? One more card, please. How do people see Gemini? How do people see Gemini? All right, don't get paranoid on how people see you, by the way. And then we've got the Seven of Cups, all right? So now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to clarify these three cards here on your side, which is going to give us something a little bit deeper, all right? So why is the Nine of Swords here? Okay, I'm going to take those two, all right? They kind of flipped and came face up, both in the reverse. Page of Wands. Why is the Page of Wands here as to why? How does Gemini view themselves right now? How does Gemini view themselves? How does Gemini view themselves? One card, please. Not supposed to know, are we, Gemini? One card, please. All right. There's far too many there. I'm going to take this top one. I'm going to take this top one, guys. In fact, I'm not. That ended up in a real mess. All right. I'm not gonna take it. Right. Yeah. I'm going to put those back. Okay. One more card, please, for Gemini. One card. All right. So they're all face down. It's that one. That's your card. Okay. And what's funny is that was one of the cards that I put back. It's supposed to be, right? And then we've got the Three of Swords in reverse. Why is the Three of Swords in reverse for my dear Geminis? Right. Okay, Gemini, let's get to this. How you see yourself. All right? So do you remember when I first dealt the cards here? When I laid out the spread, all right, we got the Nine of Swords. All right, so Gemini, are you seeing yourself as a little bit anxious right now? All right, so the Nine of Swords, if you look at this, look at that black sky with all those swords above the head. He's holding his head in his hands, all right, in his bed. Are you having sleepless nights, Gemini? What's that all about, eh? Right, you might see yourself as stressing at the moment, all right, about what we're going to continue to find out. Yeah, a bit of anxiety. I hope it's not depression. If it is depression, then, you know, please get healing with that, all right? Not a nice place to be. So, Gemini, you see yourself as a little bit anxious right now, okay? And that's with we are just too different to ever make it work. All right. I'm just wondering, Gemini, is this relationship or is this just, people in general? I mean, this could be work, right? So we could work for a company and we just have completely different ways of thinking how that business should run or how that job should be done. All right. We are just too different to ever make it work. And maybe you wanted to make something work. All right. But there's just not on the same page, basically, and it might be giving you some kind of anxiety, all right? And then life got in the way, and, life got in the way. Many things can happen in life, right? I mean, people can be, traveling abroad or working abroad, all right? And then we go into long-distance relationships and all this kind of stuff, all right? And that's just life gets in the way sometimes, and there's nothing we can do about it. So, the Nine of Swords, sometimes it's totally unnecessary, the things that we put ourselves through as human beings, all right? We spend so much time trying to get to sleep and all these thoughts. And there was something actually that came on the other day, I think it was on Instagram or something, and there was this dude, I don't know whether he was a doctor, or he was a holistic practitioner, I think. Sorry if I don't know the name. But he was saying, look, when you're laying there and you can't sleep and you've got all these thoughts that keep rattling and one thought leads to another, you might start off with what we're having for dinner tomorrow night, and then it leads to, why is my heart so broken, all right? The mind, the monkey mind, they call it. And he was saying, look, lay there and ask yourself, I wonder what my next thought will be. And so I tried it, all right? And what actually happened, it's phenomenal. No more thoughts were coming. I wonder what my next thought would be. And it's like a mantra, and you just keep repeating that, and you drop off to sleep. Little tip for you there, Gemini, all right? Get out of your head, all right? And then we've got the Page of Wands. So the Page of Wands in reverse, all right? This is like a card of, it's kind of adventure. It's a little bit... it's young, it's a page, all right? It's about new beginnings, all right? But it's starting very small, but with innocence and really going for things, all right? With passion and drive. It's fire energy, all right? And it's kind of like inexperienced, but it learns as it goes, all right? And that's in reverse. And then we've got, I hurt you too much, you would never take me back, all right? So I'm just wondering, Gemini, is your anxiety about the differences that you had with somebody here, all right? And you see yourself as maybe hurting that person, you were just so different. Or was it the other way around? It can be flipped, all right? This could be for cross-watchers too. So I'm just wondering whether you're frustrated and anxious and, a little bit in your head about something that didn't work out, just purely because of difference in personalities, maybe personality types, attachment styles, whatever, and life itself got in the way. It's already come out, right? So here we got another one, all right? So how you see yourself. So you see yourself as kind of getting over heartbreak here. We got the Three of Swords in reverse, all right? Look at the vibrancy of that red, all right? So you see yourself as kind of like healing and getting over some kind of heartbreak, and it might just be of something that's gone down for you, all right? So you might be a little bit fragile at the moment, Gemini. You might be feeling that way about yourself. And it's kind of clarified with, I wanted to date you and not your family. So I'm just wondering whether, when we have like the Page of Wands and stuff here, that can actually talk about... moving around, it can be the card of discovery, all right? In an innocent way. It could be, let's go and have that weekend away in Edinburgh, in London, or, let's go down to New York or whatever. And I'm just wondering whether you're so different. Life got in the way and, it just caused you a lot of anxiety. And, you wanted to date someone and not their family, so I'm just wondering whether life and family and many things got in the way of a connection that you had. So you're feeling a little bit anxious about the whole thing, all right? For some of you, I mean, it's a general reading. But other than that, some of you might be a little bit anxious about, the length that it's taken for you to heal, all right? And you're getting a bit frustrated, and you're not really moving forward with the Page of Wands, all right? It's in the reverse. So you might be stressed about not really moving forward to get over this heartbreak. It's, you're carrying it around like a dark cloud above your head. Nine of Swords, black sky, right? Black room. So you see yourself as a little bit anxious, I think is the word at the moment. There's an anxiety about you. Now, how people see you, all right? I want to clarify these, but people see you as the world. Why is the world here for Gemini? Why is the world here for Gemini? All right, these can be friends and family. These can just be randoms that you've met, or how you show up, just in life, all right? Why is the world here? All right, I'm going to take that one. All right, I mistook friendship for romance. All right, so how they see you as going through an ending, all right? And I'm just wondering, Gemini, whether they see you Gemini, do people kind of like view you as a little bit of a threat? Okay, I might actually take another card for this, because this is pretty conflicting. But they might see you as going through some kind of an ending here, and for some of you, you might be speaking to people or meeting people and discussing those kind of things, and sometimes they could mistake your friendship as something else, all right, Gemini, which would put you in a pretty kind of dire situation, because what do? Let the person down, you lose a friend, all right, which can cause a little bit of anxiety too. All right, and they also see you with the Six of Pentacles in reverse. All right, this is how they see you. So for some of you, you might be struggling financially, and you can't share it around, and you're not as generous as you used to be, all right? But they might see you a little bit wrapped up in your head, and you're not really there for reciprocity, spreading the love, and you might be very mind-based at this point in time, Gemini, and maybe a little bit selfish, all right? These are hard readings, right? You might feel a little bit selfish because you've got so much shit going on, all right? And you don't really have time to give and take, all right? With the Six of Pentacles. Why is the Six of Pentacles here, please? Why is the Six of Pentacles here? Why do they see Gemini as the Six of Pentacles in reverse? All right? One card, please. I'm not taking, there's like 10 cards there, all right? I only want one. Why is the Six of Pentacles here for Gemini? Why? All right, that really wants to come out. I love the attention you give me. All right, back to this thing, Gemini, maybe you're super friendly, all right? And sometimes people mistake that friendship as something else, all right? And that might be a bit frustrating for you, all right? So, and I think once you get to that stage, Gemini, if you're not interested in the person, then you kind of like pull back, all right? So how they see you is, they love that side of you, and maybe they find you attractive, but your goal was just to be friendly and sociable, all right? And they also see you as the Seven of Cups, so they think you've got options. They could see you as being a little bit confused. I'm going to clarify that, right? Why do they see Gemini as the Seven of Cups? All right, you could be, and there's nothing wrong with exploring options, right? If you're out there single and you want to mingle, and, it could be options in work, all right? Some of this could be, work related, like you're applying for new jobs or new posts, or why is the Seven of Cups here? All right. Okay. So Gemini, you might be super sociable, all right, because the Seven of Cups is here, right, which is options and choices. Some of them good, some of them bad, all right. So they might see you as quite sociable. Some friends have mistaken romance when you're only being friendly. I look for you everywhere. So many things remind me of you. All right, and there are too many people involved in this. All right. I'm just wondering whether, Gemini, you might be spreading yourself a little bit thin, and some people don't feel that you're there to give and receive as you once did. All right, but it looks like you might be in your head quite a lot at this time, and you're not really available. You might be consumed with your thinking and thoughts. All right, maybe some of you really want to get things moving, but you don't know how at the moment. All right, but you're healing. You're healing from, and this card here, I wanted to date you and not your family. Very often, I've seen it happen to so many people where they want that approval of the family, and everything is family based, and Sunday lunch with the family, and are we going here this weekend? And it doesn't actually give any room for building a connection with one-on-one, that intimacy. It's not about sex, right? It's about intimacy, intimacy, about sharing time together and building that bond and that rapport. And when the family's taking over, and it happens a lot in some cultures, I know, and that is their culture, right? But that's frustrating, so maybe that was frustrating, that life got in the way, families got in the way for you, Gemini. Or it could just be, family is a big word. I mean, it could just be that, someone was so carried away with their friends, which are family, and left no time for you. Life got in the way. They placed more importance on that and wanted to have a big cuddle puddle with everybody, as opposed to, a one-on-one, decent, loving relationship with you. For some of you, all right? General reading. So we're going to pull you some positive messages now, Gemini. Positive messages for my dear Gemini. Let's leave them with something positive, all right? So that they can get out of their head and, turn the page of wands upright and, have that innocence and that vitality about them again. All right, empathize. Instead of judging or gossiping, empathize with this person. Try to see their point of view. Choose only to see through love. All right, in this case, Gemini, have empathy for yourself, I think, soothe yourself, when you're in this anxious mode where maybe you're struggling to sleep and you've got so much on your mind. Empathize with yourself, slow the mind down. There's many things out there. YouTube, there's sleep music, there's relaxing meditation music, whatever rocks your boat or floats your boat, right? One more card, please, for my dear Geminis. One more card for my dear Geminis. There you go. Gemini, new beginnings. All right, turn the page of wands upright, Gemini, and go for new beginnings. An exciting shift is on its way. A new job, project, promotion, or home is in the works. All right, Gemini, look, so new beginnings are coming. Turn the page of wands upright. Get that vitality and that innocence and that, that kind of like free-spirited energy of the page of wands. Get moving, Gemini. Try to get out of your head, out your own way, the monkey mind. Try to get out of that. And, learn to kind of set boundaries with people that, cross your boundaries if it's just friendship and stuff, and they get the wrong idea about you or about the reasons why you're so friendly. I've been in situations like that, and I hate those situations. And I just look at, some people, they don't read the social cues, the body language and all those kind of things. And I just look at them as a bit dumb that they can't read those signals, that I've given you no sign that it's anything more than friendship. And it's just frustrating as hell, right? But anyway, Gemini, I hope you like the content. My name is Drew. This has been Modern Tarot. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe. It means the world to me personally and to the channel. It helps me create more free content. And I will see you in another reading. Take care, Gemini. Bye now.